Last time I asked a question about the difference in treatment of Bill Shorten and Christian Porter in regards to rape allegations. At the time of the Bill Shorten allegation, the ABC reserved judgment. Your journalist didn't make any comments, and that's in complete contrast to the way Christian Porter was treated in regards to those.
If you could still refer to them by the correct titles. Thank you.
Yep. Christian Porter, who? Isn't that what I call?
Mr. Porter and...
Mr. Porter, sorry. And Mr. Shorten, yep. So that was in complete contrast to the way Mr. Porter was treated. Now, you've basically, and I said, why was there a different treatment? The ABC has come back and said the circumstances around the two cases varied in significant ways. The fact that the complaint against the Honourable Bill Shorten was alive and there was a police investigation as well as other legal and editorial issues made the story difficult to report fully. Until Mr. Shorten identified himself publicly. Now, I disagree with that. They both involved rape and they both involved the presumption of innocence. Regardless of the details, there's a standard in this country called presumption of innocence, and in my view, the treatment by Christian Porter on Twitter by ABC journalists and other journalists was what I would call outside your so-called guidelines that you spoke about earlier. So I don't accept this answer that the cases were different, and what are you going to do about journalists reporting on criminal allegations that are yet unproven or untested in court?
Senator Rennick. I was thrown by the Bill Shorten. Sorry, Mr. Rennick, Senator.
Ando?
Who's Ando? Yeah.
Rennick.
I do get called Ando.
Oh, Ando. Yeah,
So look, it's a serious subject matter, Senator. It is. We do have, of course, we have editorial policies and guidelines when it comes to how to report such incidents, and I can't be drawn into exact details with regard to former Attorney General Mr. Porter. So, but what I
my question is around presumption of innocence until proven guilty, and the way you report on presumption of innocence.
And thanks.
Well, I think that's important, and I think I myself, when I presented here last time, that suggested that Mr. Porter should be and is entitled to his presumption of innocence, and so I absolutely believe that to be correct. When it comes to Twitter activity, specifically with regard to Mr. Porter, again, I can't respond to that. I have to claim public interest immunity with regard to the fact that's before the Federal Court at the moment. And that will no doubt be part of the proceedings. So, but I do think, I agree with you that people should be provided the presumption of innocence.
Right, because it happened again just recently with Mr. Laming, who was interviewed by Patricia Cavellis. She asked him certain questions about allegations against him. They've been proven, or some of them have been proven to be completely false and, just so false as to be ridiculous around the upskirting when she wasn't even wearing a skirt. Now, Mr. Laming said, I said to you prior to the interview, I can't talk about this because it's under court, under legal stuff. And then Ms. Cavellis replied, "Are you threatening me?" On national radio. Don't you think that was a bit of a juvenile comment to make and lacked respect yet again for presumption of innocence? And there seems to be yet again a habit by ABC journalists of, going after conservative politicians for the sake of it and not really respecting, what I would call, presumption of innocence.
Senator, I don't believe the broad statement at the end there. I don't believe that's the case. When it comes to that particular interview, I didn't see it, so I can't comment on that. But otherwise, if you provide me the details of when that was, then I'll take that on notice and I'll respond to you on it.
Okay. And do you think that the ABC should have an external independent reviewer of your conduct rather than review yourselves as you currently do?
Senator, I had that question before. It was referred to as having a separate ombudsman, and my answer is no. I don't think we need one. I think that we've had our own complaints unit reviewed externally by the ANAO in 2018. I'd welcome another review if somebody thought that was a good idea.
Given that you're in court for a couple of these instances,
please don't overtalk the witness.
Yeah.
I think
I disagree with that.
We have a regulator in ACMA, which people can go to as well. The fact that we're in court again is that there's a statement of claim that's been brought against the ABC, and we're defending, as is our right. We align with being a model litigant. We're not bound by that. We have independence from it, but I've stated that we do align with it. We do have a right to defend ourselves, and we're defending ourselves.
Thank
So-
you, Mr Anderson. Senator Rank, that is your time expired.
Right.
Authorised G. Rennick, LNP Chermside.